Hey everyone, how's it going? I'm the Tmeister, and welcome back to another episode of Arghamel. What I'd like to accomplish in this episode, guys, is I'd like to do something with this rail line. Now, if you watched the last video, you'll know that I left it totally up to you guys what to do with this rail line. And it was kind of interesting because about half of you said build a tunnel under downtown, under the river, and have the rail line pop up on the other side somewhere in the giant industrial port that we're going to have in a little while. The other half of you said build the rail line, sort of branching off here and following the highway. So have the rail line running parallel to the highway and then having it cross maybe like in the middle of this bridge or somewhere along the bridge onto the other side. And both of those suggestions are really good. I mean, honestly, those are like the two most reasonable suggestions. But the only thing is they both have drawbacks, and both of those drawbacks are kind of related to realism. Now, I know I'm not playing this as like a total realism focus. After all, it's like vanilla City Skylines. Like, how realistic can you possibly get it? But I'm still going to be somewhat realism conscious during this entire build. And that's the main drawback of both of these suggestions. A few of you actually pointed out in the comments that it would be kind of unrealistic to have this rail line like an industrial, think of an American freight train that's like 1.5 miles long, going through a tunnel under a whole city, under a river, and popping up on the other end. So of course that wouldn't be too realistic. And the other thing, the other suggestion, like the bridge way, I guess, it has a pretty steep incline. Like, it's not too bad. I mean, of course, City Skylines is only so much realistic. Like, you can't, I guess we couldn't make like 100% realistic train layout. But I find this incline is pretty steep, and I don't know how the bridge would be affected by running a rail line, like either right down the middle or I don't know. So what I think I'm gonna do, guys, I'm gonna kind of combine both suggestions. So what's gonna happen is the rail line's gonna branch off here, and it's gonna run parallel to this highway. I'm gonna have to figure out how I'm gonna cross this interchange, and what I want to do is have the rail line go underground somewhere along this little tip of land here. And I'm actually going to build a tunnel going under the river and popping up the other side. So the rail line is going to go under the river. I know it's probably not that realistic anyways, because I don't know how the river is set up. Here, let's check our... Here, let's go into our terraforming menu. Yeah, as you can see, actually this might be worse, because this is a pretty steep incline going down the river and then back up the other bank. Yeah, that might not even be the best option. I don't know, well, I guess I'm not going to ask you guys again what you think. Maybe along the bridge would be the best option, actually. I didn't look too deeply into this. I kind of just booted up the game right now and thought, why don't I combine both of your suggestions, make everybody happy? But now that I'm rethinking this, guys, maybe having the rail line go with the bridge, and I can adjust the bridge too, right? Like, we can adjust the ramps coming on and off of the bridge to better accommodate a rail line. And honestly, yeah, I guess that's passable, like the steepness of this incline. So let's do that, guys. How about we just go for it? All right, so yeah, let's have this rail line branch off going this way. And actually, before I begin that, what I kind of wanted to do is have the rail line going perpendicular to our grid pattern. And actually, you know what? I'm going to make this sunken as well. Usually it's 8 meters? Let's do 8 meters. let's set road anarchy. So I'm gonna be kind of cheating in this game, in this episode, you know, like using move it, and I'm gonna be using like, you know, playing around with the terrain to my advantage and all those things. And then we'll have the bridge come up from well, not underground, but from over here. Oh crap, what happened there? Oh shoot, why did I make that a bridge? I thought, no. Stupid me. And I had a road, like what the heck am I doing, guys? Oh my god, it's been a long day. Okay, oops. Yeah, nope. There. And let's have this go like that, up to 0 meters. Boop. And we'll connect this just like that. And look at that beautiful transition we have going on here. Awesome. And then let's just change this into a bridge. Oops. Perfect. I might have to raise the bridge a little later on, but I won't worry about that right now. And so let's keep this sunken. Actually, no, let's do this. Let's have this come up to the same level as the highway. Give a little bit of space in case we want to expand anything here. So I'm gonna have to destroy some of these neighborhoods a little bit just to give us a little bit more room. So yeah, now that the train tracks are at the like ground level, we'll just maybe terraform this road a little bit to give us some space. And we'll have this going along the highway here. So let's unzone this, get rid of that. And yeah, we'll have to figure out how we're gonna cross this interchange. I was thinking of maybe just having a tunnel, because like I could build a bridge over this exit here, but then what would happen with these bridges? I think it would get a little too complicated, so I think I'm just gonna tunnel it just under this whole interchange. And then maybe what I can do afterwards is I can slowly raise up the terrain beside it at some point, transition the rail line that's been heightened into a bridge, and then have it kind of intersect in the middle of this bridge. So we're gonna have to use a ton of move it in this episode, guys, to like move around this bridge. Actually, you know what? Well, yeah, that's not really a problem. I was just thinking about our like our building square. But that's not a problem because we can buy more. Or can we? No, we can't. I think we have to unlock more. Okay, well, that's gonna cut this episode a little short, but that's okay. I mean, we still have plenty of things to do. If the rail line doesn't take up the whole episode, I have like a million ideas on what I'm gonna work on, so not a big worry, guys. So we'll have this going up like that. And this might be a little tricky. You know what? Actually, let me get rid of this. Let's just have a short bridge because I want to maximize the amount of space that I have between the bridge and this exit, because we are going underground, and of course I don't want to have a super steep incline or anything like that. Like I said, I still want this to be as realistic as possible. I don't want to have like any sharp turns, or I want to have nice, beautiful, smooth slopes. Man, this is going to be challenging. Okay, so I'm gonna drive this into the ground. Let's go 8 meters again, because I think that's what's like the minimum standard for the game to automatically make a tunnel. So let's build a tunnel going straight through this whole thing. And then let's make it pop out from the other side. Just like that. We might have to destroy some of these neighborhoods, but you know what? No, I think they might be good. But on the other hand, I don't know how realistic this whole thing is. Yeah, I'm gonna have to adjust some of these nodes. Not by much, though. I mean, that looks half decent, I suppose. Maybe we can raise this node a little bit. Yeah, that looks pretty nice. It's not ruining any of the scenery. And why is this a bridge in the first place, I'm wondering. I can probably remove that. There, just looks a little cleaner. Okay, and let's do this. Okay, and let's do this end over here. So I'm just gonna push this aside a little bit, go into underground mode, and move this node. I'm being kind of tedious right now, and I have a feeling that at some point we're gonna have so many traffic issues and just, I'm probably not gonna care as much in a little while. But I'd still rather the whole thing look nice. I'm not sure about this random box that's sticking out of the ground here. Let's go back into tunnel mode, shove this aside as much as we can. And here we have like we have an amplitude of room for this to transition into a bridge, so I'm not really worried that much about this area. Yeah, you know what? I think I might have no choice but to get rid of all this. Unzone it. These guys are probably fine, but at the same time, not really. I mean, look how close they are to the road. We'll just leave it as it is for now, though. All right. How's everything looking? We have a slight curve in the tunnel. Then it pops up here. The only thing I'm worried about is we are pretty close to the side of the highway, and there's going to be a lot of clipping and all sorts of weird things happening. So I think I'm going to take the time to move. What's going on here? I can't grab anything. If I could move this to like here, maybe. And then go back into underground mode. And we can play around with our segments and nodes and whatever just to... There. That's a nice smooth curve. And there we go. It doesn't really affect any of the terrain around it. So that is perfect. Now, what I'm going to do is... We're going to go from -9 meters into the ground. Oh, crap. Well, I guess I guess this is it for now, guys. We can't really do much more for now. At what point do we unlock some additional tiles? So actually, we unlock some additional tiles at 15,000. So we have about 2,000 people to go, 1,500 give or take. So for the time being, why don't we focus on that? I'm probably not going to have enough time to feature like everything in this episode. We'll probably have to continue on and build a bridge. But actually, you know what? I'm going to skip forward on this episode. Maybe let's go into time-lapse mode for a little bit. And let me just get up to 15,000 people. And then we'll be able to finish the bridge in one episode. How about that, guys? You know, well, I try to keep the same subject throughout a whole video. And, you know, I'd just rather that that we stay on the same topic. So let's do that, guys. I'll see you in a minute or two. Uh-oh, guys. Looks like we're going through a little bit of a death wave, it looks like. Let me just check my stats to be sure. So if we go death care... do we still not have crematoriums? No, we do not, but we unlocked them at 15,000, so that's going to be something we're going to want to look into. Cemetery usage, 74%. Holy crap, that might be a problem. Yeah, so we're probably going to need a cemetery. We only have one for this entire city of almost 15,000 people. So let's place one down. How about right here? That won't affect any of the citizens around it. Everybody's happy. So that's going to help alleviate our mini death wave a little bit. It might not be too... Yeah, well... Yeah, it is a death wave. That is a death wave without a doubt. By the way, guys, last year I got a chance to work with Paradox on making a tutorial on how to deal with death waves. So if you guys are being faced with intense death waves that are wreaking havoc on your cities, go check that out. I'll put a link down in the description if you want to go see it. There's no way around death waves. Like, no matter how careful you are in building your city, you're going to experience one or two. So yeah, I mean, it's basically how well you manage them that's going to determine like how your city's going to recover. The thing is that I don't have a crematorium. Like, that's one of the best defenses against death waves, and we don't have them. But we're going to get them pretty soon. One other thing that kind of worries me, guys, is we're going to need 2 squares. Actually, no. Are we going to need 2 squares to complete what I'm trying to do here? Oh, no, never mind. I got excited. I clicked the wrong thing for a second. It looks like, yeah. It looks like we might have to buy 2 squares, and I'm kind of worried that we won't have 2 squares for like this tier or milestone. I think we only get 1 new piece of land that we can purchase. But yeah, we might just have to work around that for now. I mean, this rail line's not even going to be used for the next little while anyways. This is really not that much of a big deal. But look at that, we're going to make 15,000 people, guys. That is awesome. And yeah, I mean, other than that, we've expanded quite a bit on the city, even with that. This is actually really exciting. It's cool. Let's maybe have a few small houses over here right by the railroad tracks, just to fill in a little bit more of the space. Boom, there we go, guys. 15,000 people. Awesome. And we've unlocked some pretty cool things on top of that too. Liberal Arts College. That's interesting. We might want to explore that at some point. And we're rolling in the dough now, guys. Look at that, almost $400,000. This is fantastic. I mean, just from waiting and taking our time, just, you know, a small little rail line project has left us with a lot of bank in the bank. So yeah, let's purchase that tile. Let's get that tile. Let's buy this one. Yeah, okay, so that's the only one that's available, and guess what? Of course. Okay, well, we're not gonna make the next milestone in this episode. When is the next milestone anyway? 19,000. No, we're not gonna make it this episode, guys. Okay, well, what are we gonna do? I mean, the episode is quite long at this point as well. Maybe let's leave it as it is for now, and we'll save the rest of this project for the next episode. At this point, I think we have no choice, guys. But no big deal. I mean, there's not much left to do, but yeah, this might take quite a while. Like, I'm gonna have to move it quite a bit for this little project. But anyway, yeah, so that's going to be it for today, guys. I really hoped you enjoyed this episode. Next episode, we'll just rush it, try to get to 19,000 as quickly as possible to get that little tiny bit of land that we need. That's funny. Of course it is, you know. Anyway. But yeah, guys, I really hope you enjoyed this episode. If you did, give it a good old thumbs up. Also, be sure to subscribe to the channel for many more Arghamel, Timbukton, Chenov stock episodes coming down the road shortly. And other than that, guys, until the next episode, please take care.